Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. Be seen on WHPR Detroit Live, Comcast Cable Channel 91, on the web at TV33WHPR.com, with the TV33 app, on Roku, Google TV, Apple TV, and on Amazon Fire TV. Act now. Time slots are limited. Sign up today and get a free replay with the purchase of your time slot. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. And we are right here to be with you. Right here at 160 Victor Street, WHPR, WHBS. And I am Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research. And we appreciate you tuning in to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. And my co-host with me,
Thabiti, and we welcome you to the program.
and we just want to start out by saying happy Monday to those of you who join us on Saturdays and with our other projects. And good morning to Rosa and Vera and to Ron and to Katrina and to Carl and to Kirk and to Velma. And who else? I mean, it's just so many people. Can't think of all of them. Keeney and to Baba Shira. It's just so many folks, for goodness sake. And Sylvia and to Al and Henry and who you want to say shout out to this morning, Beatty?
I want to give a shout out to Sister Ruth Ann, who I saw this past weekend. And I also spoke with, or at least we talked about Jackie, who was both neighbors, and they both are avid listeners. Very proud to have them in along with their sons, Tyson, Shane, and Fred.
All right.
And then also Cheryl D., Sheila Ragland, the other Jackie Bowman, and always ask you all to have your friends, neighbors, relatives, acquaintances, co-workers to tune in and to have pen and paper handy for valuable information you may want to jot down.
That's right. And I got to say hey to Paul. I saw him this weekend as well. And to Jay, way on the east side. And to Shirley, way on the west side. And Leslie on the west side as well. And got to say hey to Michelle. And we can't forget Michael. Michael tunes in. So we have to say good morning to Michael. I just want to start with, let's see, we can do international, national, state, county, city. Internationally, I'm hearing that the first vaccines are going to be administered to the residents of England. And they seem to be excited about being online to receive the first vaccine. And some of them have, and there have been some side effects already.
Definitely.
So I guess we'll be hearing, I don't know if we'll be hearing more about side effects, because if they want you to take something, they have a way of hiding information. Then nationally, we have a man who hopefully will only be in the White House for a few more days, who told the administrators at the FDA that if you don't approve this vaccine by the end of the day, this was on Friday, you will be fired. Fired. Now you have to prove something whether it is worthy of approval or not. What kind of response is that for somebody who's supposed to be concerned about the citizens of these United States?
It's how a bully operates.
Ah, good point, a bully. Then the other thing that's interesting about that is they say he had over 70 million people who voted for him, and if that's so he doesn't care whether they live or die. I wonder what they think about that.
Do they think?
Oh, now there's... we have observed that some of them don't appear to. Because if you can listen to a person day after day after day, lie day after day after day, and believe the lie, they must not be thinking. Well, on the state level, many places are locked down once again. So the governor says that she's going to watch the statistics, the numbers, talk to the doctors and the scientists here and determine whether or not she will allow some of the businesses to open. Well, we have many businesses that are suffering so that we're hearing that once they close, they may not reopen. Well, that brings me to a concern about our county and our city, and that is, can we support our businesses? When I say our businesses, I'm talking about the black-owned businesses within our county and within our city. There are still black-owned businesses, believe it or not. And if we become conscious and look out for those businesses, patronize them, we can help them survive. I heard Bob Lowe. What were you going to say?
I was just going to add that those of you who do support black businesses and you're on social media, make it a point to highlight those businesses that you went to, and particularly if you were pleased with their service. I had some black drain cleaners come to take care of my son's home.
Wow.
And they were fast, they were efficient, they did their job. So I just want to say, make sure that you highlight them on your social media so that we can make sure that they stay in business.
Oh, right. And then we need to talk to them and get their contact information and help, to share who they are, where they are, and with that kind of service, that's what we need to have. Because it's sad to hear our people talk about the negative all the time, the negative this, negative that. Now, I would go, but, leave the but out and just help to support those that you have done business with and who are successful. As a matter of fact, I had an opportunity to do business at a black-owned business, which is Cannon's men's store. And Cannon's is on Michigan Avenue. As a matter of fact, he has 2 locations. Some really nice garments. So you might want to help him out, help him to stay in business. As a matter of fact, his number is it's a 313 number, 277-8000. Tell Cannon's I told you to call. That's 277-8000, Cannon's Men's Store. And like I say, they have some very nice garments.
One thing I'd like to say just quickly, Theo gave a number. I hope you all had your pen and paper handy. And I hope you have it handy also, because I'm going to give you the call-in numbers that we're using for today. Area code 313-365-7327. And I'll repeat that again in the second number. It's 313-365-7327. The second number is area code 313-365-7379. Again, that's area code 313-365-7379.
It is I don't know, it's just exciting when I find black businesses that are nice to do business with, when the personnel in the business are professional and welcoming for you to come and do business with them, when the place is clean and neat. And that's why I just had to give a shout out for Cannon's Men's Store on Michigan Avenue. There are all of those characteristics there. Then I want to invite you to join Hood Research every Saturday for an afternoon with Hood Research. We are on every Saturday from 2 p.m. until 6. Somebody said to me, oh, that's a long time. Yeah, but it's a long time for me, not necessarily for you. We're on from 2 to 6 because we began receiving calls when this pandemic began and the governor shut down the businesses and encouraged people to wear masks and gloves and say your distance and wash your hands and all of that. And folks would call and say, well, I am mad, I am bored, I want to leave this place, I want to go back to the bowling alley, I want to go to the movie, I want to go to the bar. And they were just going on and on. I'm like, oh my goodness. I didn't feel like that. But it was when we had people who started to call and they said that they were down and they were sad and they were depressed. So we started to think about that, talk about that. I'm like, oh, wow. So understanding that 90-some% of people have a telephone, I said, well, why don't we try this? So we did. We started coming on every Saturday at 2 p.m. And there were people who came on at 2 p.m. and they stayed till 6. There were others who came on at 2 p.m. and they left at 3:15 and they went to take care of whatever they needed to take care of. Then they came back about 4 o'clock or 4:15 and they called in again and they stayed until 6. There are those who don't come on until 3:30. They stay for an hour, hour and a half, and they leave. Depends on what they want to talk about, depending on what they want to hear, depending on who is making a presentation, depending on what the debate is about. On Saturdays from 2 until 6. And we have a variety of issues that go on the phone, just on the telephone. Easy. You don't have to leave your home. You don't have to leave your easy chair. You don't have to leave your backyard or your bed or wherever. You know, we have someone who had called in, and good morning, Gladys. Anyway, she was raking the leaves on her lawn, had her headset on, and she was listening to us. You can do that too. You can look forward to sharing. And if you have someone that you want to be on with us on Saturday, let us know.
And I would just add and allow you to complete your thoughts, Theo, that in our community, as in other communities, when you mention anxiety, depression, there's a certain aloneness and solitariness because of COVID-19. We're not able to interact like we used to. Mm-hmm. It is very necessary for us to have outlets. So and Hood Research is particularly an excellent venue because there's so many wonderful ideas that come, not only from the guests, but from the callers as well, because none of us individually have all the answers. So it's a good platform for all of you to become a part of and to interact with, and I would just encourage you to do so because the four walls can close in on you, and I'm sure that's true for all of us, especially if you don't have hobbies or activities that you can do to at least spend your time and not feel like you're isolated.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. And I'm glad that you expanded on that. You know, we had a lady who called in, and she called and she was invited because she wrote a book, and it was about her life and her mistreatment by her mother. And her mother's boyfriend had taken sexual advantage of her. She was 8 years old. She told her mother, and it appears that her mother was so concerned about keeping the boyfriend that she blamed the child, ignored the child, and so she had some issues for a good portion of her life. And she was able to write a book on it, and that certainly helped her to resolve many of the issues that she had growing up. And the idea that one is going to live a perfect life, it doesn't really happen, because even on whatever socioeconomic level you are on, and I'm sure that you have heard that children of wealthy people have just as many problems as the middle class or the poor class. And we talk about that. And we had a guest on last Monday who is an attorney for fathers. And he talks about representing fathers in front of the court. We talked about the injustice of friend of the court and how friend of the court is no friend. So people would do themselves a favor to have representation if they have to go to friends of the court. And sadly, it seems that the small percentage of men who are not taking care of the issues and the business that they should are giving a bad name to the other majority of fathers who are taking care of business.
You know, it's a sad thing, but generally the percentages of those who are negligent are small, but they become the poster childs for what seems to be the whole group, and it's unfortunate. It's the same thing when we deal with, let's say, teen violence, let's just say even white supremacy. There's generally that small group who taints the image of the larger group. So we look at teenagers, let's say young men, and we see them in an uncomfortable way, but they are like maybe 2%, and the other 98% are doing good. And same thing with fathers, because I was, let's say, a person who dealt with the friend of the court too, but I knew I had responsibilities to my children, and I had no problem taking care of those responsibilities. And I would just say that, you know, we highlight the negative, but we keep quiet on the positive. So let us, you know, give a shout out to the fathers of all persuasions who do love being fathers. Maybe they can't be with them. Maybe there's conflict with the mother, but they still accept the responsibility. My child has to eat. They have to be clothed. They have to be housed, and they take care of that responsibility seriously.
And we spent time last Monday trying to make those points as well. And there are people who do understand that. And I sadly have a friend whose son at 14 was brought and just dumped out on his doorstep. And he took his son in and cared for him, cared for all of his necessities until he was grown and getting married. In the meantime, this friend of the court that's no friend kept trying to just make him, you know, you're going to pay. And he kept saying, well, his mother no longer has him. I'm taking full responsibility for him. He lives here with me. I provide everything that he needs, including transportation to school, you know. And it took the court just too long to get the mother to come into court to let the court know that yes, I don't have a child anymore, but you still collecting child support. Just friend of the court needs. I don't know. They just need to be reorganized.
Definitely reorganized. And it's interesting, as many of you know who are on Facebook, and a number of you are my friends on Facebook, somebody posted a meme which I thought was very, it was thought-provoking actually. Mm-hmm. And what it was, it showed two pictures. On the top, it showed what appeared to be apartment structures, and it said, "This is public housing for women who who can't, pay child support." So it was an apartment building which was federally funded. They had the different programs, WIC, Bridge, and all of that. And then the picture below that showed penitentiary, and it said, "This is public housing for men who don't pay their child support." So they were showing the big disparity between the two. I thought that was very interesting. And again, a lot of times the court, I can tell you just from having been down there, just to get everything initiated so that it can be taken care of, that it's a very, it makes a man feel, it diminishes his self-worth. Right. I didn't feel good about it at all, but it was a necessary evil, so to speak, just to get everything going.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to give the number here once again. We're in the Island studio, and I think somebody was trying to call in. So as soon as our engineer can get situated, then we can answer the calls. We're not trying to ignore you. We are just readjusting for the day. No. So
those numbers for you, and I hope you have pen and paper handy, and we will repeat this throughout the show. The phone numbers here are 313-365-7327. Again, that's 313-365-7327. The second number is area code 313-365-7379. Again, that's 313-365-7379. So feel free to call in. And Theo, this is something that we didn't bring up at the beginning of the show, but we want to also send out our condolences to the family of Jewel Ware. Yeah. As many of you know, she passed away within the last few days, and this is our first time on the air since that. But she has definitely been on the front line as a commissioner, and she's held that position for quite a while. And it's hard to find good people. It's just truly hard to find good people who are public servants. So we just want again to send out our condolences to the family and friends of Jewel Ware.
That's right. And we don't have any information on arrangements yet. Otherwise, we would share them with you. And she was, for those who may not know, Jewel Ware was a Wayne County commissioner. And that's, I believe it's the 5th district, which would be much of downtown, the Belle Isle area, Lafayette area. And I'm sure those in that district will miss her. There are many seniors who are in that district where she was. Many, senior apartment buildings and all. So, anyway, I think that we all need to be conscious, and we need to be aware. And during this pandemic, we were talking about what to do. Well, one of the things I do, I take vitamin C and zinc because the virus is still floating around, and it reminds me of the movie The 10 Commandments. You remember the green fog? And the green fog was just going through the community, and it was going to door to door to door, and it was claiming the lives And that's what this virus seems to be doing, claiming too many lives. One is too many. And it seems to be more devastating in, as they say, the black and the brown communities. And we just need to be conscious of that which is taking place in the black and the brown community. Yes.
Yeah, and I was just going to add that we have to, because Theo did mention that zinc and vitamin C are very beneficial to our immune system. Now we're actually approaching the bottom of the hour.
Yes.
So we're going to take a station ID break kind of thing, FCC, and hopefully if you don't have your pen and paper handy, you can gather that while we're on a break. But stay tuned and maybe contact others to let them know that we're on the air so that we can all be part of a greater conversation.
Right. And we will be back momentarily. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
This is Theo Broughton from Feedback. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
How you see the world is everything.
Oh my God, girl, you take all day.
Oh, hi.
How you doing, little man?
The people you trust,
Stay safe. Go.
your community,
You rolling with the pain today.
I'm gonna show you how it's done, Payne.
in the best and the worst times.
Walk away from me.
Ma'am, stop! Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien.
I see myself
Gracias.
in the people I serve.
Hi.
Officer Luna, Officer Luna.
Sweet. Girl, you know you can do my job, right?
Your radio is now on TV. Your TV is now on radio. WHPR 88.1 FM can now be heard and seen worldwide. The same platform that hosts all of your favorite content now has WHPR TV and radio. Have your own radio or TV show on Roku with approximately 8 million homes starting as low as $50. Debut your music video, clothing line, church ministry, plays, or products. A limited number of slots are available, so act now. For more information, visit RokuDetroit.com or call 313-868-6612. You heard about it. Now come be a part of it. Roku Detroit Worldwide. Approximately 8 million viewers.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. And we are back. And you know, with us, it's either feast or famine around here, so we do have guests this morning. And I'm so glad that you stayed with us so that you could hear from the guests. We have a caller. I hear ringing. I hear ringing. Hello.
I have no clue where that's going.
Okay. It's ringing. It's calling. Okay. Don't give up the ship. Uh-oh. Please call back. We're going to find this phone here.
And again, those the phone numbers, area code 313-365-7327 and 313-365-7379.
Yes. And we are in the island studio, so, sometimes you have to wade through the water. But we're going to find this phone, y'all. In the meantime, we have a guest with us this morning, and that is in Beverly, Kendall Walker.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
As they say, happy Monday.
Oh, absolutely happy Monday.
Amen.
And Beverly Kendall Walker. Tell us who's Beverly Kendall Walker and let us know the latest project that's going on that we need to know about.
Well, I am Beverly Kendall Walker, a longtime Eastside Detroit community activist.
Mm-hmm.
I am working on several different projects, but the main thing right now that's really heavy on a lot of us Eastsiders' heart is the passing of Wayne County Commissioner Jill Ware.
Yeah.
And so we are, of course, I work for Wayne County Commissioner Tim Colleen, which is the district neighboring to her. He's a first district, and Jill is a second district, commissioner, of which I live in her district, but I work for Commissioner Tim Colleen. And so we've been trying to get the word out as to the arrangements, and which will be this coming Thursday is the public viewing at Swanson's on East Grand Boulevard.
In Mac.
In Mac. And of course, her church was Genesis, which is right across the street from the funeral home, right there at the site of the old Eastern High School. Is where her church is. But the funeral will not be at her church. It'll be at Triumph on Friday.
Triumph.
Which is
where's
East Grand Boulevard and I-75.
Oh, okay.
The old Second Ebenezer
church.
But it's Reverend Kinlock.
Wow, they have so many churches.
Solomon Kinlock's church.
They have so many locations. You have to. Okay. East Grand Boulevard. Okay.
Right.
So you said the viewing is Thursday. Did they take the time?
Yeah, that's Thursday, December the 17th, 3 o'clock to 6 p.m. at Swanson's on the Boulevard.
Okay.
So, of course, masks are required as well as social distancing. We just hope that we will be able to pay tribute to her by showing up and supporting her dedicated staff and family. She didn't have any siblings, and of course her beloved husband, Jesse Lombay, and her beloved mother, Miss Maddie Ware, had passed her on.
Right.
So she didn't really have a lot of family, but cousins.
And no children.
And no children. But she was certainly dedicated to her seniors.
Oh, yes. Now, what about the funeral itself? Is there going to be one? Or?
Yeah, the funeral will be on Friday at 10 o'clock family hour. And the funeral is at 11 a.m. at Triumph, which is on East Grand Boulevard at I-75.
Okay.
They are working on getting it streamed, but minimally. We know some of us who do Facebook Live, such as myself, I plan to make sure it's also posted, because so many people, you want to respect the conditions that we're living up under. But you also feel in your heart to need to support Jewel, because she was without a doubt a community organizer and, social worker to her heart. So where we can, we want to participate. There will be probably a flow through, and then reserve the funeral for immediate people, personnel, and community leaders. So she was one of the founding members of the Eastside Community Slate, along with Paul Taylor and Lamar Lemons. I was just like their sidekick, and am still today, but they were the founding members of that entity, which saw the election of many people on the east side, and was the preventing a lot of people from winning that we felt was not deemed appropriate for the community. So that is a powerful slate, the Eastside Community Slate that has been around for 38 years now.
Wow.
But Jewel was one of the founding members of it.
Okay. All righty. So tell us about some of the other projects that you have going.
Well, at the airport, of course, our favorite thing in Tuskegee Airmen.
Yes.
We are working on the annual community Christmas celebration.
Oh.
Which is going to be Tuesday, December the 22nd at the airport. And normally what happens is the Tuskegee Airmen fly Santa in to the delight of all the children.
Yes.
Right. And so the Black Pilots of America and the Tuskegee Airmen, they share that challenge, making sure he arrives safely. This year we are not able to do that because of COVID-19, so we will have a drive-by where we will be giving all of the toys and gifts to the young people between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock at Coleman Young International Airport on December the 22nd.
Okay.
So we're not sure if Santa's going to actually appear or not, because it's kind of messed the crowd situation.
Oh, right.
So we don't want children to want to touch and hug, and which normally Santa does, right? Right. So we want to continue to spread goodwill and cheer to our young people, because certainly in these dark days, they do need some cheer and hope and understanding that, we use Santa as a vehicle, but we really want them to understand that it is about Jesus Christ and Him crucified, and that is His birthday. So we kind of merge the two, the commercial aspect of Christmas, to give kids a hope that there's a power greater than themselves, and that is Jesus Christ, and that's why we celebrate Christmas. So we're trying to make sure we keep that continuity, because we have to have hope out here today, especially what we just come through the last 9 months pretty much in this community. So Christmas is still a time of celebration and hope, but we do want to be mindful of the conditions in this world, and that we have to be careful of our space and time.
Right.
I'm very happy to hear you say that you want to merge the spirituality with the commercial aspect, because a lot of times the spirituality is overshadowed. And what's even more important to me is that because we're living in a time where we need to look out for our brothers and sisters as well as ourselves, to highlight that is more important. A lot of times we get lost in it, but it's not all our fault. All the commercialization, all the media that we see is geared towards that. Nothing's geared towards the spiritual side of it, which for us now is very important. And I have to say too, one of the things that I like, even though I'm sure lights and those other things weren't a part of it, but because of the times we're in, seeing those lights and having that spirit of being one in terms of the whole season and the holiday is something that we need to uplift. So when I see lights and things, I'm way past the Christmas tree and waking up in the morning, running down to get gifts. It does do a lot for our spiritual nature. So I'm glad that the Tuskegee Airmen are emphasizing that too, and hopefully more people will get on board with that.
Right. So that's the Friends of Detroit City Airport. And this is our 30th year of existence. It was founded by Mayor Coleman Young and Mrs. Ernestine Gordon, who desired to have a organized community group that would support the city airport, which of course is named after him now, Coleman Young International Airport. But at the time, that's what we do. We advocate for the viability of a aviation community in an airport that's viable in Detroit. So we know cities like Chicago, Cleveland, they have secondary airports as well. So we would like to see our airport at a greater level than what it currently operates on. But we'll see. There's some good things on the horizon I'm not able to share at this very moment. But we always anticipate and expect greater things for our community, because the airport is an industry to get into aviation. So it represents a really solid opportunity to learn a quality in income to support yourself. So
that's right. I was really sad when the Benjamin Davis Aerospace High School was shut down and relocated over to Golightly, a neighborhood that you do not want to hear airplane engines.
Right.
It's a senior neighborhood where Golightly High School is situated. So that seemed to be an intentional relocation to destroy it and move it into a neighborhood where our white children could benefit. Just flat out, white children could benefit. There's no point in just tipping around what's going on. When the equipment that they had, much of it was sent up to, where was it, Kalamazoo or Big Rapids or somewhere?
Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids. And it's the kind of education that our young students were receiving, graduating, going on to be employed at no less than $50,000 a year. And if an 18-year-old graduated from high school, got a job making that kind of money, they think they died and went to heaven, you know? Still living at home with the family, too. Oh, my goodness. But anyway,
I just want to add,
I'm keeping the faith that that's going to be restored. Yes, Davide.
and something that Beverly said about the opportunities, and you were alluding to it. I just want to emphasize too that the whole STEM thing revolves around aeronautics, where you have science, technology, engineering, and math. So this is something for us to emphasize in the school system, because once you get involved in the whole Benjamin Davis program, all of those things are brought into there, and it's something that we just really need, because that's the future of the way the world is going, really, and we have to make sure that we're on the cutting edge of all of that.
Right.
And it's an opportunity, it's an option, and our young people there learned how to fly before they got a driver's license. Imagine that, flying an airplane.
Correct.
Yeah, you know. And that was exciting for them, and it needs to be restored once again. And you have an additional project that has bloomed over there, though, right? The avionics?
Yeah, avionics is another area when you hear about the Boeing's new airplanes that have been set down for over a year because of the tragic crashes that happened overseas, and it's because of the avionics. There was some type of signaling that was missing that will direct pilots how to land, and so it caused them to be off-centered, if you will.
Oh, wow.
But it was because of avionics. So that whole Boeing has been sidelined, and I'm thinking in the last couple of weeks there's been some movement toward trying to get those planes back in the air. But I would hope it's a non-political reason, because, you know, Trump is just trying to do everything to turn around stuff. And so we're hoping they're not rushing this plane, this jet, this particular type of jet back in the air too soon. So we're listening carefully to make sure the FAA doesn't give the signal to them prematurely. But avionics is the area of study that Benjamin O. Davis was famous for known to be a part of, as well as mechanical power plant and airframe. So not just the pilot side of aviation, but the other ground operation, which is include mechanical in those areas. We also are into drone technology. We had a student who graduated last year, and before he graduated, he had a job, because that field is really exploding in terms of surveillance, inspections, oval wire inspections, where you don't really need somebody to go up on a high situation when you can set up a drone. And then you have fire inspection. So it's a number of things that can happen in that field. So this young man, he's making a pretty penny right about now. With no college. But there's a FAA certification that he acquired before he graduated from Davis High School.
Wow.
So he became a Part 107 certified pilot. So we have a couple of our Tuskegee Airmen. They just passed their license. So we're getting into that technology as well. But aviation, pilot training, and mechanics is still the bread and butter of it. When you look at today, the planes that are delivering the vaccinations to the various locations, it's because of the air, that's transporting those things, and it has to get there in a timely manner because of the conditions that it must maintain.
Right, it has to be frozen or something.
So,
oh wow,
it's a whole. We're all connected.
Hey, I like that.
Connected.
So now, for young people who want to participate in the avionics class, how old do they have to be, and what is the process for them to participate? Because I imagine, do you know the starting salary for a drone operator?
Well, for a drone, this young man is going to be making about almost $80,000. This is what when he came in the door.
Hey, think about that.
Right. So, and that's that field is so new, and the opportunity is so wide open for young people to get into. So our kids are always on the phone, doing stuff, playing games and stuff. Ask somebody for a drone for Christmas, and then just be practicing in your house. You technically can't really fly them outside. They have to be within your eyesight, like 300 feet away. So if you're in an airport area, you really are not allowed to fly a drone outside without authorization. But you can fly those little drones in your house, so you can get the aptitude of it. But that is a field that's up and coming.
I bought a drone for my granddaughter about 2 years ago. We had the time of our life with it.
Wow. Can you do it in the backyard?
Well, as long as it stays within your line of sight. But yeah, if you're like 3 miles away from the airport, you can technically fly it. Belle Isle, you can fly it. River Rouge, there's a area range out there that's named after Colonel Alexander Jefferson, Tuskegee Airmen.
Oh, wow.
So you can fly radio-controlled devices at River Rouge.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
right.
Miss Walker. That's just right opposite where the Buffalo Soldiers.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I've been over there many times. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's marked, so you'll know where you are. But you can fly them out there, and you can shoot off rockets. Not the kind of but
not the 4th of July kind.
No, not those kind. But the the aeronautics where you compose a rocket like a science project.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
So now back to this other question: the age of young people who may be hearing about this right now, parents who want to introduce their children or nephews or grandchildren or cousins to the possibility. $80,000 a year? Are you kidding?
Right.
I'll take that class. But anyway,
Myself.
Hey,
well, you can do that.
Wow.
The age.
We had a call just the other day from one of our tenants at City Airport, Coleman Young International Airport, who was asking us would we be interested in providing drone classes for some of our students. So certainly we said yes, but we do have a Detroit Aircraft Corporation who is at the airport research and development, and so he's into the drones that can carry humans, so big drones.
Wow.
But he has he's working with the Defense, U.S. Department of Defense, trying to get various contracts going. But so we do incubate drone technology at the airport already, but we want to get into on the side of where we are talking about small remotes.
Right.
So unmanned aerials.
Okay. But the age of the young people who are in the avionics class, how old do they have to be to be in avionics class?
Regular high school, 9th grade, but right now we don't have the avionics back yet because of COVID. It stopped a whole lot. But last year we had the 9th graders at the airport on site in our building. And so then this year the plan was to add 10th graders and the 9th graders. So all of that is on hold. Right. So But we plan to have avionics.
Back.
And this is a good time now, since we have this downtime, for people to make others, particularly their children, aware of this, so that when that time comes, they can just jump right in.
Right.
And I like the idea that they can get a small one for Christmas. And,
Right.
And that's an excellent introduction to that field. And you let them know that is a strong opportunity and possibility
Right.
for them to consider.
Right.
As you move on into future years, just when you think everything that can be invented has been invented, you find out, here comes Velcro,
Well,
and now we have drones,
Right.
so.
So we'll be collecting toys on October. Where am I at? December the 19th, this coming Saturday, at the airport from noon until 6. So we need the community's assistance to help us spread good cheer and goodwill by donating toys, books, and bring them to the city airport.
Okay.
And again, we try to get aviation-themed toys, but if not, we just want to make sure the young people get some type of a gift to help them understand that there's the community that's concerned about them and want to help them. So,
What are the hours for dropping off of the toys?
noon to 6 p.m.
Noon to 6.
Noon to 6. And that's the date again?
December the 19th.
December 19th.
This coming Saturday.
December 19th, Saturday, at 12 noon until 6 p.m.
We're collecting toys. And so
We're
those
collecting
kids
toys.
who need assistance, we are still taking a few applications at the city airport. You can pick up one. But we are winding down because we're near our max of young people who we can assist and be part of this experience. So that would be tomorrow Thursday. Tomorrow Tuesday at 12 o'clock. You can pick up. We have about 12 applications left.
Okay.
All right. So tomorrow
That's
noon,
okay.
Tuesday.
And that's children between the ages of what and what?
14 and under.
14 years of age and under for the toy distribution, which is going to be on the 22nd
Correct.
of December.
That's correct.
Now, for the donation of toys, do they come wrapped,
No.
unwrapped,
Unwrapped.
age appropriate?
Yeah.
And okay,
Correct.
all right. So,
And we're taking monetary donations. You can go to www.friendsofdca.org is our website.
oh, okay.
Repeat that once more for
Yeah.
those listening.
Friendsofdca.org.
Okay.
So that's
And the
Friends of Detroit
DCA
City.
acronym, Detroit City Airport.
Yeah, Friends of Detroit City Airport.
Okay.
Right.
It was started, 38?
30 years ago.
30 years ago, okay.
Yeah.
Friends of DCA.org.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what else we need to ask? You have, you would ask, well, do you know how many little girls and little boys, or do you ask for
Yeah, we have
toys
application-
appropriate for
right,
each?
Right.
Either.
Either.
Right, because if you're bringing a tiny drone, either little boy or little girl could play with that.
Right.
Games, either can play with
Board games, dolls. We just want to give, essentially. It's kind of hard to find aviation-themed gifts, drones that are a reasonable price, but there are some out here. But young people would be appreciate anything pretty much.
Okay.
Just to know that somebody thought about them.
Cares. Yes.
And
Yes.
certainly we take books as well.
Okay.
Which I think is an excellent gift because we need to feed our minds.
For sure.
Absolutely.
We've got about a minute to the top of the hour, and
Wow.
let me repeat the call-in numbers for you all, since this is a new format here. Area code 313-365-7327, and area code 365-7379. Area code 313-365-7379.
Okay. Well, did you have a number, a telephone number, in case somebody does not have access to a computer, but they may have, I don't know, they may have toys. Do you pick up toys?
Yeah, we'll pick them up as well.
Oh, okay.
But preferably if you could drop them off at the airport. Would be,
Right, okay.
we
And the airport is the I-94 Encounter exit. As a matter of fact, there's a little sign with an airplane on it.
For sure. And that's a 11499 counter, Detroit 48213.
1194.
11499.
11499.
99, okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, now.
And the airport is open 24/7.
Oh.
So if you come and you find the door to be locked, there is a phone number on the door, and the counter is just on the inside of the door. So there's always someone there. So that's our Detroit City Airport, Coleman A. Young International Airport, our last jewel that we own in the city of Detroit. So we want to be conscious of that and maintain it and support it.
And support it, definitely. The video.
Yeah, well, we're at the engineer signaling with the wrap-ups.
Okay.
We're just going to wrap it up for now,
Well,
but stay tuned and we will be right back.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Thabiti Mpinga from the Feedback Program. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
How you see the world is everything.
Oh my God, girl, you take all day.
Oh, hush.
How you doing, little man?
The people you trust,
Stay safe. Go.
your community,
You rolling with the pain today.
I'm going to show you how it's done, Payne.
in the best and the worst times.
Walk away from me.
Ma'am, stop! Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien.
I see myself
Gracias.
in the people I serve.
Hi.
Officer Luna, Officer Luna.
Sweet. Girl, you know you can do my job, right?
Watch WHPR and TV 33 when you want, where you want, how you want. WHPR is now in your pocket. Download our free app by going to the App Store or Google Play and enter WHPR TV in the search engine. And there we are. You can download WHPR TV or radio. You heard about it. Now come be a part of it. Roku Detroit Worldwide. Approximately 8 million viewers. We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
FM 88.1 WHPR, Highland Park. WVIE 107.3 FM Charlotte, Amalia, Virgin Islands.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Pinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Always remember that you can take us along with you. And I have to let you know, Sister Biddy asked you to have pen and paper handy, that this coming Saturday, we want you to have an afternoon with Hood Research. From 2 p.m. until 6 p.m., we are on the telephone. Some modern equipment that over 99% of the people actually have. You can call in. The numbers to call in on Saturday are 1-978-990-5000. That's 1-978-990-5000. And it rings maybe once, possibly 1.5 times. Then you put in the access code. The access code is 338729. Press the pound key and join the conversation. Again, the access code is 338729. Press the pound key. Some people call it tic-tac-toe sign. Some people call it a hashtag. I don't know why one little bitty pound key has to have so many names. But anyway, you press it and join in the conversation. That's every Saturday from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. An afternoon with Hood Research. You know, we say around here when we come on is either feast or famine. Well, today we're having a feast because the next person with us is a Hood Research member and lifetime member of Hood Research. That is Keith Hines.
Oh, wow. I even get this applause.
That's right.
Wow. Good morning, Theo. Good morning, Fabidi.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, Keith Hines, Diamond 2 Productions, Hood Research here, live. Wow.
That's right. Live and in living color. You know, we've been talking about a variety of things. Tell us about your latest project.
Oh, my latest project, that would be a project for Hood Research, and it's about providing this video from last year, the Imani event that they had up at, and we had really, up at the museum.
The Dr. Charles Wright Museum of African American History, a Kwanzaa celebration. Oh, man, I was so excited because James Ford, a lifetime member of Hood Research also, had put our name out there. There was some folk who had been asked to do the Imani Kwanzaa celebration, and they were, I don't know, just stomping around and not making up their mind whether they wanted to or not. And Imani is celebrated on New Year's Day. So they finally decided, well, for whatever reason, that they would not or could not or should not celebrate Imani on New Year's Day. So with his recommendation, we received a call asking us to celebrate Imani on New Year's Day. I said, okay, we can do that. What's the new thing? We ain't scared. And we had 2 weeks, 14 days to pull together a celebration on New Year's Day for Imani. And Imani means faith. For those of you who are learning about Kwanzaa, it's a cultural celebration. It has nothing to do with going to church. So you can all know that it's a cultural celebration created by Dr. Malana Karinga. And there are 7 days of Imani. I'm sorry, 7 days of Kwanzaa. So anyway, we took on this challenge, and I want you to know it was a smashing hit. Wall-to-wall people on New Year's Day. Wouldn't you know? Hey, others might have tried it, but we tried it and made it a fascinating afternoon, a smashing success. And we were extremely proud of that. And I figured, well, hey, if we have 700,000 people who live in the city of Detroit, they all will not be watching football. Oh, and they all will not be nursing a hangover. Hey, so we did it. And I was so happy that you were an integral part of that celebration.
Well, you know me, I'm just a quiet guy in the background. You know, I got the call to say, Keith.
He's like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain.
Right.
Yeah, so I popped up, you know, and shared. I really enjoyed it, too. I mean, it was really great. And one of the things about the information, the data that I'm turning over today, which took a lot of, how would you say, let's see, take the technical difficulties and you throw a few other things in there. And so it took me a long time to get it to Theo, which I know she's probably going to kill me one of these days.
No, I'm not.
But it was, once you get into it, like when I was, the dancers. Okay, they were so dynamic on the stage. They had 300 frozen still shots of them on there and all different moves and stuff and everything because they were like unbelievable.
The youngest was 7 years old. 7.
That's all she was 7?
Well, there was more than one child, but the youngest one was 7 years old. And that was the youngest person participating in the celebration. And the oldest person participating in the celebration is 91, was 91 at that time. And she happens to be my favorite actress. That's Ashley Richardson. And if you've never seen the play Grandma Rogers' Neighborhood, you missed a good play. She was in
excellent
that.
play.
Yes.
So it'll be a great event for everyone to attend this year because last year was a smashing success at the last minute.
Absolutely.
So, and that's with no promotion. There was no promotion last year. Just, you know, boom, here, can you please show up? You know, and people just came out of the woodwork.
Yeah, right. And it literally was standing room only. And Tom Barrow was a keynote speaker. Oh, man, he was great, too. And, you know, on one side of the stage was a picture of his uncle, Joe Louis. So anyway, everything just fell into place, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. And Hood Research gave away memberships to the Dr. Charles Wright Museum of African American History. And to me, it's the most beautiful architecture in this country, if not the world.
You know, one of the things about it also was it's also called the First Fruits, and at the end of the program last year, one of the beautiful things is everybody received a bag of goodies.
Yes,
so it was very true to the whole spirit of Kwanzaa.
Yes, we gave that away, and chocolate was in the bag. Chocolate comes from Africa, and you know, we also gave out a sheet that had all of the Kwanzaa principles on it for people to take with them. And so as they left, they got a little gift from Hood Research. But I don't know, we just
you did a good job. You're great. Hood Research is fantastic. When it comes to putting together shows and events, you know, you can't top Hood Research. Been around for a long time, and they know all the little tricks and skills to make something happen.
And certainly respected in the community and beyond. And the people that have been involved in terms of people who have supported, who are members, who have come and lectured and spoken, everything, the number of people who have participated is just a vast array. And that's why one of the things I used to emphasize, and Theo said this earlier in terms of the call-in, is that when you came to the meetings, you would be heard, you could voice what was happening in your community, but that was definitely a place, just like here on the phone, that you had to bring pen and paper. People were passing out literature. If you wanted to be in an informative environment, then Hood Research is your environment.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely. And WHPR, I mean, they're right there at the top, too. I go home and say, I saw you on TV. I'm like, you did? Weren't you on Theo's show? Yeah.
The telephone number for Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. Again, the telephone number to reach Hood Research is 248-234-2371. And we do invite all of you to join Hood Research. It's $20 annually to be a member. And if you want a lifetime membership, it's $300. But we want to let you know, I guess, a couple things. The Kwanzaa celebration, again, sponsored by Hood Research, is New Year's Day at 7 p.m. Each of the days will begin at 7 p.m. Well, thank you. And we're going to be on Comcast 22, which is a City of Detroit's channel on 22. And we also are going to have a caravan in February. And the caravan is going to show and lift up the Mumford Marines. The Mumford Marines, we didn't even know they were right here in Detroit. They have a headquarters here in Detroit. So our caravan is going to go there. They have a beautiful mural painted on the front of the building. And they've been in existence since 1940 because white soldiers didn't want to fight next to that you people group, you know. They call them ants. And so the President of the United States, who happened to be President Roosevelt, said, that's okay. We will give them their own detachment, their own barracks, their own everything. And you know, a lot of these white folk had to depend on black soldiers, black Marines, black pilots, Tuskegee Airmen in particular, to see them to safety, have their backs, and they come home to be disrespected. But in February, we're going to go by the Mumford Marines, and then we're going to go to the Buffalo Soldiers, and we're going to show the, the range for Tuskegee Airman Arthur Jefferson. He used to teach at Detroit Public School, by the way. Keith.
Yes.
Next to the Buffalo Soldiers is the range for veteran Arthur Jefferson, Tuskegee Airmen, right?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Trying to remember here. I'm not quite
okay, well, we
aware.
we want to make sure that everybody knows, and we'll keep talking about it each week to let you know. It's coming up, and it's going to be on February the 27th. And we'll be gathering, and there'll be distancing because it is a caravan. So everybody be in their vehicle. And we're going to go past the Mumford Marines. We will, stop there. And then we'll move on down to the Buffalo Soldiers. And then we want to acknowledge them because many people don't know that the Buffalo Soldiers are there at Rouge Park, and they had provided pony rides for the youth in the summer. But, of course, through the pandemic, once again, that's why we're having the caravan. And we're also going to show the area for Tuskegee Airman Arthur Jefferson.
I just wanted to footnote, too, that what you were saying about the beauty of the mural, as both of you know, I take my granddaughter a lot of places with me, and we've actually got at least 10 pictures that we've taken. She took of me, and I took of her in front of the Montfort Memorial for the Marines. So, and I treasure those as well.
Yes.
I want her to know, and this has been from a young age, like you mentioned, the young child that was 7 years old that participated. I've been involving her in these things, and as a matter of fact, she had a wonderful recollection. I told her about my participating in this year's Kwanzaa thing, but we can't do it, in public, in person type of thing. And she said, "Oh, I remember I had so much fun." So this is just a word to all of the uncles, aunts, grandfathers, grandmothers, fathers, and mothers. Make sure that you bring your nieces, nephews, your children to become involved, and start them off young, and then they will have those memories for the rest of their life.
And they'll want to participate in their community,
Right.
remembering what they learned, and remembering how they enjoyed themselves.
Right, and it's great that you start them off early, too young, because when they're young, because that's how I got involved actually in aviation, was building rockets and flying my own airplanes, with a little 049 engine in it. You had to do it with the string, though. We didn't have remote control. That was out then. And then I stumbled upon a school called aeromechanics, which I had never heard of. No one had ever heard of. And I was trying to get my counselor to explain it to me. And of course, he didn't really
No, either.
Then he finally says, "Oh, Keith, you don't want to go there." I said, "Why?" He said, "They don't have any girls."
Oh.
I said, "No, we're talking about airplanes."
Yeah, exactly.
And stuff, because they wanted to push me to go to Cass Tech and stuff, but I wasn't really sure which route I wanted to take. And I was so glad I did that, because I graduated from aeromechanics back in 1973. I'm also an official Tuskegee Airman too, by the way.
All right.
And but I didn't go straight or directly into aviation. I went over to the IBEW Local 58. That's the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. And I was one of the early black electricians that got in back in that day, because there wasn't too many of us. And even though there's a person sitting just a few feet from me who never ever wants to bring it up, he's an IBEW member too. We go way back. Yeah, so it's a skill. I mean, there's so many skills you learn in aviation, and you learn it at the top level. It's not like a jackleg or anything. I mean, you learn it's aviation, FAA approved, as far as the quality of it is, which means planes go up, they can't come down unless they're landing. The welding, the machine shop, carpentry, even sewing, because the old planes you had to sew the wings to patch them, back in the old early days.
What?
Yes.
Oh.
Favorite stitch is the baseball stitch.
Oh, wow.
Here's a history lesson.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
So if you start the children off early, like I said, I was fortunate. I just happened to stumble into it. It's a little more public now. I didn't realize, I didn't really know who the Tuskegee Airmen were in junior high school. So it's something that we have a history. We have a real solid, promised history, and that we just need to educate our youth about.
Well, I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because there's another project that Hood Research is into, and that is based on the fact that the President-elect, Joe Biden, came out and stated that the black community had gotten him over the finish line. He acknowledged the fact that the black community's vote is responsible for him being president-elect today. Okay? That's the first thing he did. Second thing he did was talk about the 4 platform issues before him. He intends to pay attention and work the minute he hits the ground on these four. One is the virus, okay? He doesn't have a lot of control right now over what happens, unfortunately. Secondly, he is going to pay attention and make some very serious changes as it relates to the economy in this country. We know there's a lot of unemployment and poverty, etc. He also said, as one of his platforms, he's going to make some changes as it relates to racism, and lastly, the temperature, what's it called? Global warming, climate
yes.
change, right. So, Hood Research listened to the platform issues, and we are seriously concerned about the attention to racism. I believe, and the rest of us believe, that when people learn about you, they have more understanding of you and more respect for you. And we don't get the kind of respect that we should, because people don't know the positive about us. And the label that whites have given their own impoverished people is poor white trash. However, even though there are many white people who are in impoverished conditions, they are not looked down upon. As a matter of fact, think about it when you watch TV. There was Green Acres, and this woman was walking around in a cocktail dress on a farm. Go figure. Then there was a Beverly Hillbillies, another impoverished group, but they had struck gold. There's a positive image of them. Then you had the Real McCoys and others. So they were shown in a positive light. But then you look at our community, and the top movie actor, Denzel Washington, I believe, played a crooked cop in Training Day, a crooked black man. And the top actress, Halle Berry, played a hoe in Monsters Ball. Negative images about our people. And then, of course, the news is on the regular, and they show, and they are quick to tell you about the crime in your community. And, of course, the crime today, 200 murders, don't compare to what was going on back in the 70s when you had, in the 80s when you had the crack and the Young Boys Incorporated and that whole group. There's well into the thousands. One death is too many. But when you think about thousands during that time and 300 today, you know, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Just want to bring up that we've got like 2 minutes and change, but I also want the viewing audience to take note that Theo's color scheme today is red, black, and green. Y'all know what it means. Talk to Roy Ayers.
Yes.
Ubiquity.
All right, world, here I come.
Yeah, she's always right on top of everything. But you know, when every time that you drive down the street and you see that traffic light, that's a black man.
That's right.
That. You know, every time you flush a toilet, that's a black man. We have done so many things that are in our everyday lives that
That's right.
we don't know.
And in World War II, the gas mask, when they first used it,
Yep, the gas mask.
invented by a black man. Oh, yes.
You know, it would be a nice thing, and we are getting closer to the end, but it would be a nice thing if we could just label, you know, everywhere, everything that we've done, so every time somebody passed by, they would know that, just like we could label Edison or whoever else. We just label our stuff. It would just be phenomenal, the amount of respect that would come, because they couldn't deny it.
That's right.
Yeah, every time you walk past some potato chips.
That's right. George Crump. 1866, my daughter called me and told me, she said, Mama, you cannot eat potato chips. I'm like, what? She said, yeah, black man invented potato chips. I'm glad you brought that up. That was so funny. But I wanted to encourage all of you to learn as much about our history as you can. Put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, put it on your website. Tell everybody you know, including our people, because unfortunately a lot of our people don't know. It wasn't in the curriculum in school. We need to press for that. Call your president-elect. Let him know. Write him a letter. Write him a postcard. Put it on his Facebook page. We need to teach our black history. We are a fine people to be respected, to be admired, to be appreciated, to be thanked. And remember, in these last few minutes, it's not necessary for you to know everything. But what is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. We at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can. We share it on our broadcast every week, and we share it on Saturday with an afternoon with Hood Research. You can Google us. If you can't remember the number or the Facebook or the website, Google Hood Research. And join us, won't you? We'll be back again next week. The Beatty?
If you want to be nothing, do nothing. But the only problem with doing nothing is you never know when you're finished.
And thank you so much, Keith Hines, for being with us today. And Beverly Kendall Walker, we're looking for more fine things for you from you too.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Peace. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the Beatty and Pinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.